New View Strategies is the go-to source for actionable training and process efficiency in Microsoft Dynamics NAV and Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. This tip will help you with journals. Let's learn how to use recurring journals. One thing that I think gives us a whole ton of efficiency in Dynamics NAV is recurring journals. So if you're not using them, let's take a look. If I choose Edit Journal and set one up for the first time, I need to know a couple of things. I need to understand what's going on in this field, recurring method. I have a few choices. I have either fixed, variable, or balance, or reversing. So fixed and variable are the most commonly used. And fixed means that if the amount that you have in your journal is $100 this month, it'll be the same. So next month it'll also be $100. Variable means that if you have an amount that's $100 this month and you want it to be different, that it'll zero it out so that the next month you'll be reminded that you need to fill it in with a new value. And of course, any of these you can choose reversing so that if you book it on the last day of the month, it'll auto reverse on the next day. So let's fill one of these out and see how it behaves. If I choose fixed, and in fact, let's choose fixed reversing for our example, I am going to have to put some kind of a date formula in here for recurring frequency. Now, if I want it to always book on the last day of the month, I'm going to use this formula. It's 1D plus 1M minus 1D. Let's say that again. 1D plus 1M minus 1D. That formula is always going to calculate the last day of the month. So that we can see an example of this, let's change our date so that it's the last day of November, and we'll post a couple months so you can see how it works. Make sure to know that the end of November is 30 days. December is going to have 31. I don't need to worry about my document numbers. I can simply put in a placeholder here. I usually just use an X. And if I look back at my batches, the reason this works is because I've got a number series defined in the posting number series instead of the number series. This allows the journal to just pick the next number from the list instead of reserving numbers like you might do with a document number. I do, of course, need to put in my account number, so let's pick something. Let's say I have some kind of an accrual for delivery expenses that I'm going to book. So let's make this $100. If I had some dimensions, I could fill that out here. And then on my second line, you'll see that some of these things populate automatically. I might need to use F8 to fill out a few others, but it's pretty minimal. Let's pick my liability account so that I can have my accrual in there. And I'm going to balance the journal. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my description a little bit more meaningful. So let's give this a special description. And I'm going to use something special again. I'm going to use %4. This is going to insert the current month in there so that I get a nice consistent description. Let's copy that down using F8, and now we're ready to post. If I go to post this, I'm going to say yes, do you want to post? And it's going to confirm, yes, the journal lines were successfully posted. And watch what happens with my posting date after I hit OK. This is now advanced to 12/31. There's absolutely nothing else that's had to change here. So if it's now December and I'm ready to go post my entries, all I need to do is open this up, review it, decide if there's anything I need to change. And if there isn't, I can simply go in and post. I can keep doing this for any successive month and continue being able to take advantage of the fact that this is all set up. There's nothing else that I need to change, and that my posting date always calculates correctly no matter what month it's on. So let's go look at the result of this. Let's go look at our delivery expenses account and see what these look like. Now remember that these are reversing entries, so we're going to want to be able to see a couple of lines for each of these, right? If I drill into my account and I look at the net change, let's see what the result is. Now my first entry was my delivery expense accrual for November on the 30th of November. You'll see that I've got my document number picked up automatically. My description came from my %4. And you'll see that the reversing entry happened on December the 1st. Pretty nice, huh? If I take a look, this pattern carries forward with my next entries for December reversing in January, and in January reversing in February. You can find more tips just like this one and our complete list of more than 40 upcoming training classes on our website. See you in class!